I'm trying to hide it.
What?
My Pop-Tart.
Yeah, because see, when we're zoomed up, you can see everything better.
It's the Easter Bunny.
That was funny since yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we's live. I don't know if everybody could tell, but played a little Zeppelin. That was a good way to start.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're watching video, you'll notice that I have a nice drawing of Mick Jagger on the wall. A lot of times the way the camera's angled, you can't see it, but this morning it's just the two of us. So on that side, I've got the Mick Jagger, and I usually have a stained glass set of lips that's hanging, but because of the remodel, we haven't put everything back yet. And then on the left side, or my left side, there would normally be the pictures of the Beatles. So, no, everybody wants to say what they want to say about music, but you know, if you get down to the simple facts, those two groups kind of created a lot for us.
The Who, don't forget about
the Who. Yeah, I just don't have any of the Who stuff, but yeah.
And
to me, I mean, look, people can say what they want, but literally, I can say what I believe, and that would be the Beatles, the Who, the Rolling Stones, and Aerosmith have they to me, just saying this to me, and this is just an opinion, they were kind of where we are that got us to where we are, or where we were that got us to where we are. And there's tons of other cats. I mean, Clapton and little Jimi Hendrix and little Stevie Ray Vaughan. I mean, they all got us to where we are,
Elvis Presley too.
Elvis, yeah. I just don't have a lot of Elvis stuff.
You got the Elvis classes.
Yeah.
You actually have those on today.
The problem I have with Elvis is not that Elvis is cheesy. The fans have made Elvis cheesy.
Yeah.
I mean, Chuck Berry, Carl Perkins, Fats Domino, the Big Bopper,
Otis Redding.
Oh, I can name so much, but the problem is Elvis has just become generic, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of like Kiss. Kiss was never known to be the great artist. They were just known as a great band.
Yeah, that put on a great show.
Craig, there's your topic. He said, "What's your topic?" I said, "I don't know. It's Monday."
Yeah, it's Monday. So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, and one band that we forgot to say, Leonard Skinner. They paved the way for Southern rock.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. And I'm fixing to play a video real quick while we're still young enough to play this. Young enough meaning time-wise in the morning. Go ahead. 38 Special. What?
Yeah, 38 Special. They were.
But I don't know, but like 2 songs 38 Special has.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Mother's Finest. There's like,
oh my
what?
gosh, Mother's Finest is the bomb.
Yeah, but there's only like 2 songs that are really all that great.
No, they have a bunch of good songs.
No.
Yes, they do.
I've only heard like 2 or 3. Baby Love is their only super hot, great hit.
They have Like a Negro. That's a good song.
Sure, that sounds like something we should play.
Actually, it's not a bad song.
Nah, it just says that. That's all.
Jesse James Dupree did a remake of it with Jackal.
That don't mean it's a good song.
It's a good song.
That just means it might needed to be remade.
They have Cry Baby. They have Love, Peace, and Freedom. I mean, they have a bunch of good songs.
There must be campfire drinking around the fire songs.
No.
It's kind of like somebody coming up wanting oh crap, I just forgot his name. Oh, David Allan Coe. I'm like, half of his songs I can't even play.
Yeah. He does have some raunchy songs.
Raunchy is definitely the word for it.
Yes.
Like, I had a biker come up to me one time in this bar, and think of a V, the shape of the letter V. Yeah. I'm at the bottom point. To my far right at the top, it was a double layer bar. I actually had 3 layers because I had the top layer, it steps down, and then it steps down like 5 steps to the lower level, and then like 2 steps, and on the other side, go back up into the pool table room. where I was sitting was on one wall that could see the front of the building and I could see the back of the building. So this guy wants me to play just different David Allan Coe songs I couldn't play. So here's all these white hardcore bikers up front, and in the back are two huge City of Atlanta black motorcycle cops.
Oh my goodness.
And you would assume, because of the nature of the brotherhood of the bikes, that everybody would have been cool, but I was getting asked to play I Caught You, a black dude, and
I knew that was
Cowboys and the black dude. And I'm like, I don't even own those songs. Well, I want you to play it. Do you see who, do you not see the party in the back? Like, there's these two very large police officers with their families, and no, I can't play that. I'll play that for you at like 11:30 when there's nobody here. Maybe I'll have to download it, but it's like, no, I'm not going to play that.
Yeah, because he's got one.
He's got several.
No, I mean, he's got several, but there's one that sticks out in my mind more than anything, and I can't even say it because both of the words are bad words, and it's like, really, you wrote a song like that?
Hey, man, you could play it at certain events maybe, but I can't, and I don't want to be that guy. Like, this morning I made a post because I was just reading some other people's posts this morning, and I'm like, people have got to choose better. They've got to be better. They got to act better. You got to have a better standard.
Yeah.
You as a person need to hold yourself to a higher standard than you were 6 months ago, than you were a year ago, than you were 3 years ago. Somebody had brought up something about people not being around us anymore. And I said, look, man, I got to do all these big charities. I have to work with so many different companies. I've got to keep my image spotless, clean. My sponsors' names are tied with my names. Mm-hmm. So my sponsor, okay, let's just name it out. Rob's Performance. Super great guy. Mm-hmm. No problems with who he is as a company. Mm-mm. Sun City Tan. Super great business. Nothing shady about their business. Mm-hmm. Those two one can look at me and say, Scotty, it's okay that you got Sun City as a sponsor because they cause no problems. And Sun City can say, you can keep, Rob's, they cause no problems. But if I go get a sponsor that's not really up to par, I shouldn't have my name with them. Mm-mm. So I'm using a business reference to explain other things. So, but I'm telling people, I'm like, look, if you're going to have your name tied to another name, it better be a name. Well, they need to hold themselves to a standard, mm-hmm. at least at a minimum, your standard. They need to at least hold their standard to your standard. And mm-hmm. if they fall short of your standard or your other sponsor standards, then you need to think about that. So, mm-hmm. I mean, there's just some people I have to, once I see the shadiness in them, I got to take my name away from your name because, if somebody was to do business, and screw somebody over really, really bad, I get the phone call from it. It's happened before. I mean, there was a business that I was doing some stuff with in Covington. I had sent several people down there, and then I get phone calls going, dude, why'd you send me down here? The dude running this office is a jerk. And I'm like, well, that's the owner's son. I'll have to get with the owner. And then, the owner's like, man, I really hadn't got a lot of people in lately. And I'm saying, well, I've got like 4 emails of 4 different people that had come into your shop. And every one of them have pretty much the same thing. The guy running the shop was a jerk. And I'm giving the censored version. So if that's how it's going to be, then I have to separate. I can't, I can't keep business up with you if you're going to act that way. And then if it's somebody that tries to hang out with us, as far as hang out with Just for Fun, it's the same thing. If you're being a shady character and you've done some stupid stuff out in public, then I don't need my name associated with your name. People are going to judge you no matter what. But that's the world we live in.
Riding a mattress through the mud hole, that's different.
Well, who's going to see you besides the other rejects that are with you?
Oh, I mean, there was pictures of it, but I mean, that's just
yeah,
fun.
but that's not screwing somebody over.
Right. I just had to
maybe screwing somebody up, but not screwing somebody over. But I mean, I just look at people. You know, we all have to hold ourselves to a higher standard, and you're supposed to be progressing in life and not regressing in life.
Did you put the wood back in the door? Because
I don't know.
Peyton's here, and they said they can't get in.
Well, go find out. Why ask me stupid questions? Golly, man. Stephanie is like running on one cylinder, and she's supposed to be a 6-cylinder car. Really, she's more of a 4-banger. She asked me some of the stupidest questions in the world. Instead of getting up and figuring it out on her own, how do you get dressed in the morning? Do you text me, Scott, do I put my shoes on before my panties or put my panties on before my shoes? And then how do I put my underwear on over my shorts? I don't know, Steph. Just do it.
Very carefully.
The other day she said, somebody's here. I'm like, okay, go to the door. But why are you even asking me? Pizza Hut guy's on the way. Stephanie's like, Travis, do I need to get up and open the door? Well, unless you think he's going to squeeze that pizza through the crack in the window, you got to get up and open the door.
Yeah.
So look, everybody, if you've been on our Facebook this morning, Philip Snow shared a video that I had shared once before, and I want to play it. It's 7:40, so I can get away with this. It has a little bit of cuss words in it. But what's funny is it's Arabic Muslim type gentleman with the rag over his head, and he's yelling at a hip hop type thug. So here's the words.
Go take care of your baby mamas.
Go ride your camel.
Shut up your mouth, 50 Cent. Go steal some shit.
Go blow some shit up.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So the guy says, okay. And this, for some reason, this video cut short, but he goes and gets a rocket launcher. So he's like, blow some stuff up. Okay. So anyways, you should never make that joke with an Arabic. Apparently they do that. I shouldn't say Arabic. Let's not put a label on it. ISIS. I bet you Ice-T is a little pissed off that ISIS has copied his name. Like Ice-T and Ice Cube should just blend together and make sweet tea. No, I'm kidding. They should get together and go file a complaint and say that ISIS should not have taken their name. And ISIS actually was a wrestler's name too at one time. So the three of them should get together and go file something. Let me know how that works for you too.
There was a story a couple of months back where a guy that worked at a fast food restaurant had the inside of his lip tattooed with ISIS. And he said it was his...
I hope his lip fell off.
Well, he had it done because that was his girlfriend's nickname. But he lost his job because they thought that, I guess he was doing that for the terrorists. But yeah, that was an odd story. I couldn't see getting the inside of my lip.
The fact that you just said it was kind of odd because you were taking a little long for that.
For what?
For the way you told the story. That's my point. Got to pick it up. Pick up the pace.
It's Monday.
Yeah, but just because it's Monday for us, do you think that it's not Monday for anybody else?
No.
And what's funny is I went to bed with a splitting friggin' migraine, and I woke up this morning feeling pretty good. Then I seen you.
Same here.
So Steph was showing me this picture a little while ago with this hot. But wait, pull the picture back up. We have some guests in the studio. Where's it from?
TMZ.
Okay, let me just go to TMZ so I can put it on the screen. So I can go to Facebook's TMZ.
I actually went to the app, but you might be able to find it on the...
How long ago was it posted? There we go.
It was posted at
That's fine. I got it.
Oh, you got it? Yep. You got it.
Good Lord, sit still. Everything's running slow this morning. It's not just us.
You can pull the microphone to your... Is it on? Well, put your mouth up to it and say something. See if it's on. Hello?
Yes.
Yep, it's on. And that's Peyton. She's our spring break intern. We have to figure out a name for her.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
There you go.
Oh, is it Hey Girl?
I mean, So there is a picture, and I'm going to shoot it across our YouTube as well so people can see. I walk past, I say, Steph, what you doing with the hot girl up on because really all I saw was just the picture itself. And I'm like, why do you have the hot girl posted? Now start explaining what it is.
She is actually a transgender that competed in the Miss California contest. She's being harassed, and so she's changing her name.
And I said, you can't say harassed. That'd be his ass. You can't say her ass. She can't be getting harassed.
So that's harassed.
She be getting harassed. I mean, how can you say look, she's hot. Anybody, I'm going to share this because when I first saw the picture, like Stephanie had something else pulled up over her mouth, which not saying she's got a Mr. Ed mouth or nothing, but all I saw was like a little bit of the nose and the eyes and the eyebrows and the hair. And I'm like, what you doing with a hot girl? And it looked like a screensaver on her computer. So I'm like, what you got a hot girl on your screensaver for? She's like, oh no, this is a transgender. And I went, oh yeah, because that's better. Okay, Steph, is there something you need to tell us? She went from having the dude from The Walking Dead as her screensaver to a transgender. Steph, is there anything? Are you mad because he can shake it off better than you can shake it off? Call Taylor Swift. Something's wrong in the neighborhood.
Actually,
do y'all share the same tree? You just one pea on the left side, one pea on the right side?
Yeah. Real quick, going back to the ISIS from Little Richard, we got that he's waiting on a rapper to come out with the name Shaved Ice.
Oh yeah, because that's bound to happen. Steph,
Peyton's name from her dad, Peyton the social butterfly.
Oh my gosh.
How old is she?
About to be 14 this month.
So, Dad, are you trying to say she gets around? What are you trying to say? I didn't name her that. You just named her that. We're talking about transgenders, and all of a sudden she's a social butterfly. Yeah.
Well, blame it on you for waiting so long to send me the text message.
Well, see, Stephanie, you've known me forever, and you go just put that out there. And like, you should have already known this. He's like, we used to.
You got a stuffy nose.
Allergies.
I think we all have it. I'm gonna tune her a little different because it sounds almost like Jen. You remember when Jen would have a stuffy nose and it would just be so just monotone. All right, so go back. Now, why are you here?
Because it's spring break and I wanted to come in and see what it was like.
To just what? Give you any ideas, or are you just very curious?
I'm very curious.
Yeah, because don't they have well, I know they have video news reports at school. They don't have
when she gets
for the radio.
Well, when she gets, I don't know at what age you can get to the Career Academy, but the Career Academy has the broadcasting stuff.
Do they? Well, that'd be something neat.
We don't have videos anymore.
No videos anymore?
No, because the only time we did, like, at my elementary school, we had actual morning news, and it was like actually filmed live. But then I got to middle school, and they don't have all the high tech like my elementary did.
Okay, I'm getting the YouTubes down.
That's what I'm looking at, but it shows that we got some viewers. Anybody viewing, let us know.
Jacob, let us know if YouTube's down.
You know what it was? Is I started the first one and had to delete it and start a second one.
Yeah.
So there may be 2 Mondays.
Ah, yeah.
Because it should have deleted because I had to restart it. But so Jacob had sent something back in the David Allen Coe stuff, and apparently there is a song and it says, "Play Stain on My Pillow."
Oh yeah, no.
Why would anybody make look? I guess we used to joke about Two Live Crew.
Yeah.
But at least Two Live Crew sounded good.
That's true.
David Allen Coe, on the other hand, like I've met the guy, not impressed.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure people can say they met me and they're not impressed. I don't care. People, for every one person that hates me, there's 100 that love me. So I'm okay with y'all hating me.
Yeah,
But he's an ace. Like I don't want air conditioning. There's Fusion slap full of people, sweat pouring off the bodies, screaming customers, turn the air on. Why is the air not on? David don't want the air on. Oh my God, it's horrible in here. The smoke, the stench from sweaty people, women's makeup running down their face like a melting candle. And he don't want to have air conditioning on. Yes. Did you really? I wish that would have been on camera. She raised her hand to talk. Mike, you should learn that. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, so one day we were
I'm on adjust the camera, so just keep going though.
We were in McDonald's, and I think my dad didn't you just pick us up from the skating rink one time? Well, I think he picked us up from the skating rink, and we walked into McDonald's, and it was the most horrible smell ever. It smelled so bad it made me throw up. So, I mean, it was horrible.
Ew. Just from sweaty people or something?
I don't know what it was, but it smelled so
Salem
bad.
Road?
I don't know. It was
just
the one
saying.
up there by the skating rink. Y'all know where that is?
Probably Salem Road.
Probably Salem Road then.
Yeah.
But, it just gets me, David Allen Coe. Don't, if I get some hate mail, that's okay. Well, it won't be the first time I've got hate mail. But why would you want to demand people to pay money to get into a bar, to then turn around and pay you as a performer, and you're making them miserable? Yeah. And the problem, too, is the owners have to look at it from a standpoint, which is really crazy when you think about it this way. You've already got a signed contract stating that you got to pay David this amount of money. Once people buy the tickets to get in the door, you're having to pay David this huge chunk of money. So you need to sell food and plenty of drinks.
Well, also when I went, you had to buy a table.
My point getting is though, if you piss off half the customers, they leave.
Yeah.
They stay long enough to hear one or two songs and they're like, whoa, my God, I got to go. So then the bar owner loses his butt. Just using that as an example. I don't know this for facts. I know the sweating part for facts. I don't know the money part for facts. Look at her raising her hand to talk.
hold on a minute. When I was there, he was late coming to the stage. He sat down on his stool and he started playing, and it was like one song led right into the other.
Okay, there's a reason for that. I found this out the other day.
Okay.
Okay, you know at Moccasin Creek? We were talking about how some of the songs they couldn't play?
Yes.
Well, David Allen Coe has the same problem.
Okay.
Because some of his songs he don't own the rights to. So if he starts them and finishes them, then he technically sang them.
Oh, so he has to run them all
So
together.
if he doesn't sing all of it, and he doesn't start it and stop it, if he doesn't sing all of it, and he just blends song into song into song and only play like a minute and a half to a minute and a half to a minute and a half and makes a 20-minute song, then he legally didn't play the song.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense
yes.
now.
So. It's kind of like this. I was explaining this from my lawyer one time. Me and my ex-wife had these rules. Like, she couldn't take my daughter and go spend the night at some dude's house. So I said that I put that in the divorce papers, but then she put in the divorce papers that I couldn't have any overnight guest because the girl I had been dating for like a year, would come spend a night. So then my lawyer said, well, technically, does your girlfriend leave before the sun comes up? And I went, no. He's like, so she doesn't get up to go to work early? And I'm like, and that's kind of when I started learning when people are trying to make you think. And I went, yeah, there has been a few times. He's like, well, then she technically didn't spend the night. So then it took me a second to go, oh, ding. So what you're saying is if she leaves before the sun comes up, then she technically didn't spend the night. And he's like, yes, sir, that is the answer to that question. Because, he's not supposed to tell you some stuff, but he can let you assume some stuff. So that's kind of the same thing with David Allen Coe. If you look at it that way, he just found the loophole to get through what he needed to get through. Kind of like you. It's like I thought about this the other day. I now know why you snort beer. because then you technically didn't drink the beer. So technically, I can't fire you for drinking at work because you technically snorted it. You didn't technically drink it.
I've never seen her snort it. I've seen her drunk, but I've
there you go. See?
Thanks, Peyton. Love you too.
Well, I mean, I have been to your house 1,000 times, and when you're drunk, you can convince Travis pretty much to do anything.
Well, that's because he's drunk too. All right, y'all, we're going to shoot off the commercial. Everybody, it's Just Fun in the Morning. We'll be right back. Let me get a couple songs loaded up. Oh my God, I still have the Miami Vice theme song in here. I'm telling you, I hit this thing called delete history, and I thought it was going to just like delete the cache from your phone to make it run faster. And really what it did was it deleted all of the memory of all the songs I deleted. So all the stupid songs that I've deleted came back.
They're still on there.
Yeah, don't hit, on some things you can hit delete history. Some stuff don't hit delete history because it'll screw you up. Hey, everybody, it's Just Fun in the Morning. We'll be right back.
Eat a tongue. Eat a case of tongue. So it happens when you get old. I don't snort beer. I don't know where he got that from. No, I don't do that.
Are we still live?
On YouTube, we are, yeah.
Can they hear us?
Mm-hmm. Because the microphones are still on. And it says we have 2 viewers, but that's 2 computers. Yeah, that's 2 computers. That's not. It doesn't show us how many are watching through the phone for whatever reason. We don't know. Just like the thing doesn't show us if you're listening from the phone.
That's my favorite.
Superman? Oh yeah, Scotty loves Superman.
I like Superman and Harley Quinn. I'd choose Superman over Batman.
Yeah,
Look, did you see that?
Yoda.
What's that?
I've gone to one of them single razors, single blades, and they shave so good. But what I've learned is when you come across, be careful. I wasn't thinking, I went right across the Adam's apple, because then you just took a single blade instead of it being flat. Yeah. It did that. Yeah. I went, and it was about 2 seconds later, I was like, oh, and then I went like this and looked, and it was just like, it looked like I just sliced my own throat. I technically did slice my own throat, but
What was it?
You wash your hands.
smell.
No.
It's sanitizer. Joey's got me where I like the smell of sanitizer. He's like, smell. And so now I smell my own hand sanitizer.
When's the next time he's coming in?
I don't know.
Where's everybody else?
It's Monday. Mike's on a old man sabbatical.
Tyler, we have.
He's taking a prostate month. You don't get it, so it's okay. I just wanted to see if you did, but you don't. She's still just looking at me like, what the hell is he talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's okay.
Y'all are doing the show on my birthday.
When's your birthday?
24.
You leave to go out of town the
Yes.
28th.
I leave 29.
So you're leaving on Ashley's birthday.
I'm leaving on Wednesday morning. I mean, literally, y'all might be walking in the door while we're getting ready to leave. But now Philip's going, so I'll be 100% having to rely on you to take the dogs out.
That's no problem.
I figure I'll pay you a little something. But if you could just hang out like after the show, let them go out for a little bit, walk around the house, then In other words, I need to show you how. Well, you got YouVerse, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you can just sit upstairs and watch TV.
And if we do a Thursday night show, I was going to talk to you about maybe me and Ashley crashing
Just
here.
stay here. Yeah.
That way she can sleep in a little bit Friday.
Mm-hmm. That would be terrific because the dog.
No, I meant this week.
Oh, well, hell, I need you then, too.
Scotty, you have a superhero.
He's not a superhero.
Hey.
But we're both obsessed. I'm obsessed with her.
Who is she?
Harley Quinn.
From what?
Batman.
Joker's girlfriend.
I have
Huh?
so much with her.
That's Joker's girlfriend.
Is that why the name's always so familiar on the show?
Harley Quinn.
Yeah. I never put some of these names together. Like I'm just now figuring out on Gotham, the guy that's fixing to be the Riddler, and it just didn't hit me. It just didn't hit me.
Yeah.
But you see where they're wrapping. They already brought Poison Ivy in. You've already seen,
Ivy.
huh?
Ivy.
The girl that's the homeless girl.
Sure? Are you sure?
Poison Ivy's real name is Pamela Isley.
Then what's the homeless girl's name? They're making her out to be when they did her hair all up
To point you in that direction.
to make you think that.
And then they had the Joker.
I wasn't into the Batman as much, so I don't know all the names.
Joker with the little kid.
Yeah, they showed the Joker. I already know that.
Joker.
Yeah, and he just like when he found out his mom. Well, he did it, but when he's like,
And does that
And then
matter?
that whole the guy that plays the Scarecrow, whatever, they already introduced that with that weird drug.
Well, that must be the one I haven't seen yet.
I actually like the Gotham show. It's actually a good show. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stay in there.
And then that the fish when she took her own eye out.
Oh no, that was sick when she did that.
I was like, holy crap. And then on the Flash, that's getting kind of weird.
oh, that's my favorite show.
Because he went, did you see it? So you saw where he went back in time to try to save his mom. And then the dude,
the timeline.
but then the doctor is actually.
Well, he hasn't gone back in time yet.
Yes,
They're advertising that he's
already
fixing
went
to.
back in time.
No, I know that, but I'm talking about to go back and save his mom. He hasn't went back there yet. They're advertising that for when it comes back in April.
Oh, well, you saw.
A couple weeks.
You saw where the doctor.
It is April.
I said in a couple of weeks they were advertising it as when it comes back.
But the
Like,
opposite Flash or whatever he's called, where he sucked the.
Well, now you're realizing he's somebody else.
Oh
Yeah,
I saw that.
That was creepy, man.
Right.
All right, and we're back, and we're like watching, actually discussing the TV show Gotham, discussing the TV show Flash, and then you know what's cool is the Arrow's been brought into like what's coming up with the Flash and the Arrows. They're going to be blending the two shows together.
Yeah.
So that's going to be happening a lot.
Haven't they already been blending those two shows
they
together?
have.
Yeah.
But they're advertising like a major section where it'll be like a couple of weeks in a row where they're all going to be merged together. I mean, it's kind of cool. What sucks is back when Smallville was around, they introduced the Aquaman, they introduced the Green Arrow, they introduced the Flash, and they were supposed to have merged all the shows together back then. But the bad thing is now Smallville's gone. I wish they would bring back the dude that played Superman to blend in with this show.
Smallville was pretty good.
Yeah, because they were supposed to invent the Justice League, and it just didn't happen. But they could bring it back. That should be no problem.
Yeah,
because the guy that played Clark had it going on. I mean, the guy he was 10 times better than that Dean Cain crap when it was Lois and Clark. Even though I watched that too, but you know what's funny? Let's look at it this way. What's funny is when you're watching these shows 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 30 years ago, you think they're filmed really good because at that time we believe it's filmed good.
Yeah.
And now we're so advanced on television that when we watch the older shows, we're like, oh my God, how did we like this? Because everything's changed, you know.
Timer. Yeah.
I'm going there.
What I'd like to see I'd like to see a new Wonder Woman show.
I just don't know how they could do a Wonder Woman. I mean,
Why? Because she's a girl.
No, just I don't know. It was.
He just sees Linda Carter as
No. I don't mean it like it was that good. But back then, you could do cheesy. You could do cheesy back then. If you do cheesy now, it's not going to be the same. Like they would have to try to make it sound right. The reason Arrow seems to work so good is because it's dark. No, it's kind of dark. It's a little harder core. How do you make Wonder Woman hardcore in that outfit?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, what is she gonna bust into the drag queen show and try to rope up some people with her little golden lasso? I mean, how do you make Wonder Woman hard?
I mean, it's possible. It's
the hardest thing that they could have done to her is when you look back to what they did with the movie with Pam Anderson when she played Bob Wire.
Yeah.
You know, that would be the only way to make Wonder Woman seem dark, is to be that kind of hardcore, even though they cheesed that movie up a little bit.
And I just wonder, well, if they did, who would play her? Because there was a rumor going around that they were supposed to be making a Wonder Woman movie, and the girl from the Fast and Furious, the one, I think her name was Giselle.
Just tell me who she is on the Fast and Furious.
She was the one that was Han's girlfriend.
So she was the
one that got killed at the end of 6.
Hell if I know.
But anyway, they said that she was supposed to be Wonder Woman. She was supposed to be playing Wonder Woman. But I think Megan Fox would have been a good Wonder Woman.
Until they showed her thumbs.
Yeah.
You could never look at the golden bracelets because you'd see the weird thumbs that she's got.
And you know who else has weird
thumbs? That'd be creepy. Like you're dating this super hot chick, and all of a sudden she goes to kiss you and she goes to put her alien looking thumb up to your face, and you look down and go, "Oh my God, don't touch me with that thumb."
That would be me. That would so be me.
Have you ever seen her thumbs? Watch this.
Do you know who Kristen Bell is?
She's got like some sick thumbs.
You know who Kristen Bell, Veronica Mars? They had her on Repeat After Me, and they were showing her getting a fake manicure, and her thumbs look like toenails or big
toes
right there.
Too. It's like thumb.
What?
Yeah, her thumbs are ugly.
She's got like weird thumbs.
They look
Why
like
don't you just
stubby
go to
big
Google?
toes.
Because Yahoo, Google is too PG-13. You go to look up stuff sometimes and Google won't find it because it tries to censor everything. And
well, at my school, they literally have like locks put up. Like, say you want to go to
watch.
See,
look, she's just got these sick thumbs. This picture here, that's a normal thumb, and that's her thumb. Her thumb looks like a big toe.
So does Kristen Bell's.
But the thing is when you go to see this pretty chick, you don't expect to see this thumb that, her thumbs look like my big toe. Like her thumb looks like a Fred Flintstone thumb. So anybody that's watching YouTube, I'll take it over to that real quick. But that's her thumb.
Well,
she has
nasty.
like Flintstone looking thumbs.
Yeah.
It's really nasty.
So yeah.
Yeah, Kristen Bell's thumbs looked funky too.
Now, they had the one girl that played Elektra who married Affleck.
Oh,
Affleck.
yeah, Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, she did good for that. She got all toned up and everything and did good for that.
Yeah.
But who could play a Wonder Woman? I mean, and the one thing I could think of, and this woman's been in. Try that.
Hey.
Try again. Yeah, I swapped them the other day, so there you go.
I was just going to tell you, Scotty. Wonder Woman is going to be in the new Batman movie, or the new Batman Superman movie coming out.
I still don't see Affleck playing Batman, dude.
So is Aquaman's going to be in there. They're introducing Aquaman in that movie too.
I've never seen Aquaman in any movie. I really haven't.
Well, because they really haven't figured out how to film an Aquaman movie.
Well,
you would almost.
They had a Wonder Woman television show developed that was canceled before it was ever picked up. You can go on YouTube and find the unaired pilot.
Well, the only way they could film an Aquaman is almost like a water world. See how the movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's an Aquaman, of course it's gonna have to be underwater.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's Jason Momoa who's playing Aquaman. If anybody's watched Game of Thrones, he played Khal Drogo in the first season Game of Thrones. Khaleesi.
See, I'm trying to think of who is a hot chick who could do physical stuff.
Selena Gomez.
And then still look hot. I think it should be the chick there's this chick that has been UFC, and she was also an American Gladiator.
You're talking about Ronda Rousey. I'm all aboard.
But she has the Czechoslovakia type language. Is her accent? Put it this way: they did a movie where she played like a Steven Seagal above the law kind of character, and they actually had to dub in another person's voice through the whole movie over her voice because she was supposed to be this chick from Brooklyn, but yet she's kind of like, I don't want to say Czechoslovakia, but she's that foreign, little bit of German type accent or what have you from over there. So because of that, they dubbed in another person's voice, and it was really weird for the people like us that knew how she sounded. And then all of a sudden, are you raising your hand or you're stretching over there, Horseshack?
Both. Really? Both.
Have you ever seen Welcome Back, Carter?
No.
Oh, you need to school her one time because the raising the hand thing now would be funny. Until she got in trouble at school.
She wouldn't be interested long enough. Maybe about 20 seconds into the opening credits, and she'd be asleep.
Oh God.
Okay. Well, have y'all seen the show The Fosters?
No.
Okay. Well, that's like that show right now. I'm like obsessed with. You could ask him. Like, I'll be like, can you look up and see where the next Fosters is? Whatever. I still haven't what was it? Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. Dad got me 4 of the episodes in season 2. But like I've already 18 through something like that. And I literally watched all of them, and then my friend wanted to go outside, but the last one I only watched halfway through.
Oh, he's showing you.
I was gonna show you, but leave it for YouTube to be running weird this morning. But it's Horseshack doing the ooh 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 ooh.
Okay, well, see, in school we don't really raise our hands anymore. It's just unless it's like Miss Conover's class, my math teacher. But
okay, hold on. I'm gonna cut that up.
Oh yeah, that's her.
This is Horseshack. If you're watching our YouTube, you'll be able to hear this in just a second because I'm gonna stand up and put the microphone near. I need to get the TV where it jacks back into the computer as well.
I do that in school though. I really do.
You do the ooh ooh ooh.
Yeah,
ooh,
if I really know something, I'll be like, ooh, I know it. Here we go.
Leave it for me and all my technical stuff.
For it not to work. That's cute.
that would be me.
So she keeps raising her hand here in the studio. So that's why I'm making the joke about Horseshack.
Saturday.
Like
she told me,
or you know.
Don't ask her to stick up a finger in the middle of this place.
Well, I told
her dad's sitting right there. You're such a bad influence.
No, I was telling her.
Bull crap. She's already seen you drunk. She leads the conversation off with it. Every time I've seen you drunk, you can get Travis to do anything.
Well, I mean, I've cussed around him and I've flipped him off. We joke around like that.
See what you've done to this kid?
That's not my fault.
Actually, it's my mom's fault.
See what you did to this kid?
That's not my
mom. Yeah.
No.
You know how we can tell? You're already taller than her.
Bite me.
Oh no!
And the only thing that not you him the only thing that I'm able to talk Travis into is letting them ride either the 4-wheeler or the go-kart.
Oh, that was funny that night. That was so funny.
And your poor brother, it just seems like every time he gets on one of our either the 4-wheeler or the go-kart, something tears up.
So look,
right?
Is there a hot chick that can play Wonder Woman?
Yes, there is.
We got my brain stuck on this.
It's Selena Gomez.
She's too young. She's not a woman.
Young.
She's not a woman. We need a woman.
Michelle Rodriguez.
She could probably play it off.
Because when I think of Wonder Woman, I think of a woman that has that dark complexion, olive complexion, Greek.
She's just not big enough.
Greek descent. Wonder Woman's really not
all
that big.
About her
She's
boobs?
lean.
No. Why's everything got to be about boobs, chick? I'm talking about her as a person. She's not.
But
I mean, maybe if she hit the gym, you know what I mean?
I could see my Michelle Rodriguez playing it off. Or pulling it off, I should say.
I'm gonna see if I can find the picture of the girl I'm talking about, because when I show her to you, you'll be like, you'll recognize who I'm talking about. And I don't know how much she's fighting anymore, but for a while, probably 5 or 6 years ago, she was a big time fighter. Steph, anything?
Now this girl right here would be hot to do it.
That's her.
Is that
That's her? That's what I'm looking for.
I don't know.
How'd you come across that picture? That's exactly what I was looking for. Because she used to be an American Gladiator too. There's a picture of her fighting.
Well, I bet you she's probably on Google.
Yeah, that's all I Googled. I Googled who could play Wonder Woman in a movie.
Well, that's her. And the only problem, like I said, is that she has a very strong accent to whereas this one movie. But let me tell you, she was like Steven Seagal in this movie. I mean, she whooped all these dudes, and it was a good movie. It's just the fact that they dubbed her voice, and it got really bad reviews because of that. If they would have rewritten it a little bit and make it out like she was from, somewhere over the other side of the world, then it probably would have been a little more realistic. But yeah, she was Siren, I think was her name, from American Gladiators. But she could pull off Wonder Woman. And the fact that Wonder Woman's supposedly from another country anyways.
Horseshack's over there.
Horseshack, what you got?
Keep from going, ooh, 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 ooh.
Did y'all ever see the Supergirl movie? I've seen that, and that was actually pretty good for her. Because,
now Selena Gomez could pull off Supergirl.
Really?
Well, I'm just meaning she's a little thing. She could play the girl, not the woman.
Well, I mean, it was actually a pretty good movie, but whenever it started out, she was in this universe, and I think she was trying to get something, and the building cut open, and she got to this little ball, and it shoot it out, and then
she was in Kandor, the bottle city of Kandor.
If you pay
attention to you when you ask me questions about Superman and Supergirl and Krypton and Kryptonite and stuff, if you paid attention when I answered you, you would remember and you would know these things.
Well, see, that was a long time ago. Now I'm into Superman and Harley Quinn. I don't really care about Batman. The only reason why I care about it was because of Harley Quinn. So
that's funny.
Craig says RuPaul as a Wonder Woman.
Oh no.
I would be wondering about that woman, that's for sure.
I know, right?
But RuPaul could do some cameos in some movies, and I think it would be awesome. I mean, as a character, RuPaul is a character. I mean, don't get me wrong, that drag queen contest TV show, whatever, is a joke. RuPaul's just got to make his living just like the rest of us. So he's going to exploit whatever pays. I mean, hell, if I got paid to be a sellout, I'd probably be a sellout. Well, I did get offered to be a sellout, and I refused it, so never mind.
She could probably pull it off.
I can't see who that is.
It's Mila Kunis.
Yeah, she could pull off a good superhero. Now, the chick that was played Lois Lane on Smallville, now that hot chick could pull off Wonder Woman.
I think the girl that played...
Yes, Erica Durant.
I think the girl that played Supergirl on Smallville could probably pull off Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and that girl could probably too.
She was,
I didn't know they had a Supergirl.
Talking about Laura Vandervoot.
See, I can't remember all the names. My brain, I have so much other stuff to keep up with.
Well, I mean, you're thinking about the one who has all the seasons of Smallville and the one who's watched series of movies of just about everything. And he's a nerd whenever it comes to comics.
I'm the comic book nerd in
That's
my
funny.
house. But it's only DC comics. I don't follow the Marvel comics. I follow DC.
I never could. My imagination. I had a good imagination, but I could never get into comics. I just being dyslexic probably didn't help. But I liked my movies.
The only comics that I will read is the Harley Quinn comics.
Well, that's why I'm pissed about the whole Ben Affleck trying to be Batman, because you're never. I mean, people can say what they want, but come on, Michael Keaton, I'm Batman. Mm-hmm. And Christian Bale so far has been the absolute best Batman. Yeah. How do you take the last cool Batmans with him in it and then downgrade to Ben Affleck?
Well, see, my argument behind Ben Affleck, or for Ben Affleck, against him, however you want to say it, I could see Ben Affleck pulling off Bruce Wayne.
But not Batman.
I don't see him doing Batman.
That's my
problem. I
problem.
can't see him being dark and brooding.
That's my problem. And
but if you've ever have you watched Hollywoodland with Ben Affleck?
No,
because it's the
where he did Superman.
Where he played George Reeve.
It was unbelievable how good he was.
I didn't think that he could pull off being such a prick.
Right.
But
that was a good movie.
But after going back and thinking about when they announced him being Batman, going back and thinking about him playing that movie, well, maybe he could do Bruce Wayne. I can see him doing Bruce Wayne.
If he pulls this off, do you know what it will do for his career? Because everybody's doing what we're doing, saying there's no way. There's no way. If he pulls it off, all right, let me ask you.
He's got a lot of pressure on him.
Since you feel that you know the movies, what is your argument on George Clooney ruining Batman?
Somebody should have drug him out in the middle of the street and shot him.
But here's my problem. Here's my whole problem.
It wasn't so much George.
It wasn't George's fault.
It was the director.
The director. Thank you. That's why I wanted to see if you went there, because everybody goes, George Clooney killed Batman. I'm like, no, the director killed Batman. Because the actor only does what the director tells him to do.
They literally tried too hard to animate a comic book.
Well, they were trying
live action.
In their brain, they were trying to bring back the old TV series Batman. Mm-hmm. The problem is that kind of goes back to what I was saying. Back then, what we thought was cool isn't cool now.
Wait, are y'all?
And I never thought that the George Clooney Batman movie was even remotely good, cool, funny.
I think
it was the worst hour and a half, 2 hours I wasted in my life.
My problem is Clooney actually did a good job acting, because he did exactly what he was told to do. I mean, he actually pulled off decently what he was told to do. But the writers and the director needed their nerds cut off, because those are the two that screwed everything up.
Well, what about Val Kilmer playing Batman?
How can you be Val Kilmer, except for needing a paycheck, and go behind Michael Keaton?
Because he's the Iceman.
Question. Are y'all talking about the last Batman movie?
No, the last ones are the better ones, period. Because that's that Christian. Is it Bale or Bale?
I'm like totally lost. I'm like so lost here.
Because he played the last I don't forgot his name from Terminator.
Yeah.
John. So, and now they've got some new guys playing it. To me, he plays dark, serious roles better than anybody else I've seen. He did that movie with, was it Mark Wahlberg, where they were going to be boxers and he was the brother, and he dropped, he did Batman. It was all beefy. And then he did this movie where he was a crackhead and he dropped down to 150 pounds. He looked horrible in this movie, but he was playing a drug addict loser, and he pulled it off. I mean, he can play that dark role, and he did so awesome in that Terminator.
Oh, he's the guy that played Terminator's the one who did it?
Yes, same guy. Played Batman, played Terminator. Played in Terminator, right?
Do you watch WWE? Did you see the WrestleMania? He was at Triple H actually did the little Terminator. Wasn't he at the Hall of Fames?
She's thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger, but they
different guys.
They did a Terminator theme for Triple H for him to come down to the ring.
Oh, that's funny.
It was,
and now the new one's coming out, so that'll be kind of neat how they do it.
That's kind of what they did, was they were cross promoting each other.
Here's the bad thing when you get into time travel movies, because they've already, of course, since it's all a fairy tale, it's hard to predict. But the problem is if you are in 2099 and you go back to 1999 and you start altering things, then everything in 2099 could possibly not even exist. So this going back, if they followed the timeline correctly, which Terminator, the writers do pretty good job, but the problem is now they're trying to go back to Sarah Connor. Yeah. So that's going to be hard. How do you go back to Sarah Connor and go back even further than the very first movie?
Well, they said they tried to explain it with Terminator 3 with Rise of the Machines, because when Schwarzenegger's Terminator was trying to explain it to John Connor that, it's still going to happen. It just happens later.
Right. I got that.
And he talks about how it's still, the things that are going to happen are still going to happen. It's just going to be delayed a little bit.
Right.
So,
yeah, but in the first movie,
so even with the Christian Bale Terminator movie, they
snot bowling over there on a microphone. You wanted to learn about radio. There's your first no-no. Always turn the mic and get away from it.
I went to lead back, and I did it too soon. So,
but yeah, even with the Christian Bale Terminator, they tried to explain how the timeline, how the past timeline was corrupted from the first time.
You're thinking hard on that when you see it.
The T2 the Terminator from T2 corrupted the entire timeline when he went back to protect John Connor.
Yes.
And it corrupted the entire timeline. That they try to explain that in Christian Bale's.
Right, and I got that, but in the very first movie,
so they're trying to go back and re-corrupt everything from the 1982 or whatever.
Well, see, that's what my thing is. If you've already gone back, you send back your best friend, who in theory is your father. Now you're going to go back even further, and the problem is when you change stuff, then John Connor may not even exist.
He just kind of fades away.
That's the whole screw up in the thing. You know, and the cool thing is like the TV show, the Sarah Chronicles. That was actually a decent TV show.
I never watched it
because it follows pretty much the same storyline, and it kind of fills in some of the gaps that we're missing. And anybody that's not in the movies is probably sitting here bored with this conversation, but you know.
I'll have to see if it's on Netflix and watch it. Yeah,
okay.
So Craig sent back Jessica Biel to pull off Wonder Woman.
He sent
Wonder Woman definitely.
If she would gain back some weight, because I saw a movie.
Doesn't she look anorexic now?
I didn't watch the movie, but she did a movie where she studied and learned and lost a bunch of weight to be this stripper, and they show her naked, pouring hot wax all over her and everything.
Powder blue.
And my problem is she looks anorexic. So she could probably pull it off. But but the problem is you're going to need a physical woman. And that's why not the WWF, but, well, hell, some of the WWF girls could probably pull it off. The twins. Was it Brittany? The thicker one?
Nikki. Where'd you get Brittany from?
I don't know. I'm bad with names.
You're thinking maybe about Brie and combined it with Nikki. And got
yeah, maybe. Because now you take the thicker Bella.
Nikki.
She could probably pull it off because she actually has the look. She already looks like she could be Wonder Woman. And if you take the chick with the red hair and dyed her hair a different color,
Eva Marie,
she could pull it off.
Well, see, one of the Bella twins I don't quite like because they're
Mickey.
Yeah, she's dating my favorite one that I really like, which is
who's gay?
John Cena. Who's gay?
John Cena is gay.
No, he's not.
I'm telling you.
He's not gay.
It's all over everything. Study it, go research. He's gay.
Why do you think he's gay?
There's too much stuff about him being gay. There's way too much stuff. Way too much stuff that's pointing to it.
You go to commercial and y'all are going to be arguing for the remaining, hour and a half of the show?
I'm just saying. He's a homosexual.
No, he's not.
He's a homosexual.
How? And now you're talking like my friend Kevin, because he's always like,
he's a homosexual. Have you seen how pretty his house is?
Yes.
And how clean he is?
Yeah.
He's a homosexual. He don't want any kids. He's a homosexual.
That don't make...
The reason he don't want any kids is he don't want to knock this chick up, because that means, one, they'd have to be doing something, and they're homosexual. They're not doing nothing.
Actually, if you see the Total Divas show where they were...
That's all scripted. You know that, right?
It is? Really?
It's a reality show. All reality shows are scripted.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Every reality show you watch is scripted.
Daddy, are you okay over there?
Have you ever watched the TV show Moonshiners?
No.
I've already sat and talked to those guys.
I'm not old like you.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with being
old. That's not an old show.
But I was at a convention and sat down and talked to one of those guys.
Was at SFCW a few months ago.
Wait, what? Yeah. I don't know.
As I was sitting at this venue, because we were talking about doing stuff with the Discovery Channel and doing a reality show, but they wanted us to be fake, and I didn't want to be fake, even though our show could be fake and it would still be funny because we're trying to be funny. But I sat and talked to one of the Moonshiners, and he basically said, I can't tell you from one day to the next if I'm a good guy or a bad guy. He says, I could show up thinking I'm a good guy today, and then they're going to tell me it's written different. So how is a reality show written different. And I'm like, well, how about the truck we saw blown up? Did that really get blown up? And he said, you really saw a truck being blown up. It wasn't the right truck. It was a clone. It was done professionally. All the fire trucks, everything was there to make it safe. So it happened, but not the way it was painted to have happened on the TV show.
Well, if you want my opinion,
we don't. We'll be right back, everybody. It's just no. What is your opinion?
If it's
again, we don't care. Go ahead. What is it though?
If it's a reality show, it should be real.
It should be, but it's not. They have to dumb it up to make people want to watch it.
And they have to put drama in it to make people want to watch it.
The producer from the Discovery Channel, when I was sitting in her office, that's the producer lady, said, point blank, she wanted us to do this live every day.
Even on weekends.
Do our charities. That she told me nobody gives a F about our charities. I said, I got tens and thousands of people that watch me and love what we do. And she says, nobody gives a F about your charities. Nobody wants to see that on television. So that just made me not happy. But she said, do you know why everybody watches that Honey Boo Boo? And I went, why? She goes, because it's a train wreck waiting to happen.
It was.
And I said, I don't watch it anyway. She goes, well, then you know why everybody watches OCC? And I went, us that really are bikers watch it because we want to see some bikes being built. She goes, no. Everybody watches OCC because they want to see the dad and the son fight. And I said, that's what made us stop watching it. That's why it disappeared. She says, that's why reality TV works. They want drama. They want stupidity. They want insane. They don't want real. Because people would be bored with real. They wouldn't be bored with our real because we would constantly have stupid funnies happening.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, I have a best friend, Heather. You've met Heather. And, I mean, me and her do stew stuff all the time and have him dying out laughing just on the couch. Be like, where do you like? So
we do too, but she said no. She said no. She said that what they wanted me to do, she says, so you're talking about you do phone pranks and y'all do this and y'all do that. She says we would be bored with it. Now this is what I'm telling y'all. I really have not aired all of this, but I'm saying it now because I don't really care anymore. I'm not worried about getting on that TV show or not. Yeah. She said, I need you to go out with a bunch of GoPros and all your video cameras, and I need y'all video and pranks that you pull on people out in public. And I said, but there's already like Impractical Jokers and all these other people doing that. I'm a radio station. She says, nobody wants to see that. And I said, I beg your pardon. There are thousands of people that follow all these different pages that we have. And she says, nobody gives a F about those.
But
nobody's going to care about your charities. And I said, really? All the thousands and thousands and thousands of people show up to all these charities. We know we're doing the Relay for Life. And you're telling me that all these people don't matter. The very same people you want to watch your TV show doesn't matter.
Well, her problem is nobody gives a F. She says nobody. In reality, she was looking at you saying, I don't give a F.
Well,
because it's not if it's not what she wanted to see.
Well, watch this now.
Then nobody on the planet wanted to see
you
it.
Think of where she's sitting. I was sitting on the couch like that. I was sitting where she is. So anybody that's watching camera, I was sitting right in what would be Mike's seat. The lady that was telling me all this is sitting where I'm sitting right now, and then where my laptop is, she had a laptop. She says, let me show you what they really want to see. And she goes, click, click, and she spins the laptop around, and the camera zoomed in on her daughter, saying, the reason that my mom doesn't want me to do this is because she's a total effing biatch. And then the camera zooms back, and now it's the daughter sitting next to the mom, and the mom looks at the camera and says, she's just mad because I won't let her run my business, blah, 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 blah. And then you could tell the person that was kind of interviewing, asking questions. And I looked at the lady and I said, that's not real. She goes, yes, it is. That's reality. I said, that was staged. All that was staged, and that's not real. We want a real show of everything happening as it's happening. And she says, no, that was real. I said, no, that's garbage. She said, why do you say that's garbage? I said, because you just let it go across national TV of your daughter calling you an F and biatch. I would never let that air about me. I said, because you're wanting me to do my show Monday through Friday as a normal person, having fun, making people laugh. Then you want people to come see me do all these great things we do for charities. And then 6 months later, after you get finished editing all this crap, you're going to paint me out as a total prick because you're going to cut out all the stuff of us being nice. You're going to incite arguments. You're going to have all this video of me cussing people out, which is totally 180 degrees different of the positivity stuff that I'm trying to push every day. I said, so no, you take your TV. I actually stood up with my hoodie and looked at the other two people with me and said, let's go, because I ain't got time for this. So for everybody that wondered what happened with me going to talk to people from Discovery, there it is. So there you have it.
Yep. Is it time for a break?
If I decide to do something like that, we'll come across a nice producer who wants to show the positivity of stuff. You know, you don't see, and I even asked the lady this. I said, you don't see Duck Dynasty cussing each other out, do you?
You don't see, even going to the radio station side of it, you don't see people on Dish Network or Dish Nation, not Dish Network, Dish Nation cussing each other out.
That's right. You don't see TMZ cussing each other out. I'm like, no, I'm not going to participate if that's what I got to do. All right, y'all, we're going to shoot off the commercial. We got the rambling there, but, you know, I was just kind of proving the point that everything you see on TV is not necessarily what you think you see on TV. Mm-hmm. You got to remember, cutting and editing, man, they can make anything look like anything. We'll be right back.